All right.
It's the best. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Talkaholics podcast. This is Iman.
And Raazia.
So, today we were literally sitting here and staring at each other.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't think of what to talk about.
It's been so long, too, since we've, met up to record.
I mean, you guys can't really tell because everything is pre-recorded. And then we put it out, whatever. Yeah. But, we haven't seen each other in, a month, maybe even more. And so we were just catching up, and then we were like, okay, what are we going to talk about today? So...
Yeah, and then I think we just went, you know what? Let's just rely on our improv skills just to make some sort of content.
So I was telling so basically when we were catching up, I told Raazia something, and she gasped in outrage because she did not know this about me. Yeah. But a lot of people... Well, actually, people don't care about this, but I was telling Raazia that I just started watching The Office.
Yes.
And obviously she's like, how? Because everybody's already done watching The Office. And I just started.
Yeah, because I made the assumption, like you do for every other person our age, that you've seen it. That's crazy.
I watched the first episode, I don't know, maybe a year ago.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, yeah, this is cool. And then I just never went back to it. But then, when you're on the social medias, especially Twitter and stuff, it's you see references to it.
Memes.
Yeah,
so
the
many.
memes,
yes.
Everything. There's always references to the show. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I want to laugh with everybody. Because I laugh because it's funny. But then I don't get it at a deeper meaning. So I can't really and truly enjoy the meme.
You don't want to miss out, man.
So I basically started watching it because I was bored, and I was like, "Hey, let's just start this." And I'm hooked. I love it so much. I'm on season 3. I just passed. If you haven't watched The Office, I'm gonna spoil it for you because you're late like me.
I think it's spoiler warnings. What?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
So I just finished the episode where. Yeah, where they were, there was the scare that they were going to close down the branch.
Okay.
The Scranton branch.
Right.
In the 3rd season.
Okay.
Do you remember the episode?
I'm also trying to think of which characters have you been recently introduced to?
Well, there's not a lot of new characters because Jim, not just, but has recently moved to the other branch.
Oh, okay.
So Jim is gone.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So the only new people that have been introduced are the coworkers in Jim's new office.
Okay.
And so then the temp now took Jim's spot. What's his name? The temp? Can't remember. Kyle. No? Kyle? Yeah.
This is oh my God. Okay, so kind of not too far down, but I still...
Yeah, I'm halfway through the 3rd season maybe.
Okay.
But I love it. Honestly, it's freaking hilarious. Because Michael's character, Steve Carell. Yeah, I said that right?
Yeah.
His character is the most disturbing, cringiest.
Disturbing is the first word you went with.
Yeah, he's the most disturbing, cringiest character I've ever been introduced to. Every time he opens his mouth, I just want to curl up into a ball and just disappear. But at the same time, I laugh because it's.
Look, oh my God. Okay.
He's so clueless. He's just so.
Yes.
So clueless.
He's almost like a. He's kind of almost like a SpongeBob character or a Homer.
Yes.
They're such a dumbo. Sometimes.
They're so dumb, but overly positively naive.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, you're oh, but you're so you're a good person at the end of the day. But why are you doing half of the things that you're doing?
Whenever I just think of him, I just think of him as mesquine. He's just so mesquine. He's just. That's it.
That's amazing.
But
it does surprise me that you haven't seen it yet. But also because I know a lot of people who haven't yet seen it, in our age group, it's because that show has a very dry sense of humor.
That's the thing,
cringy.
Yeah.
Personally, I love cringe humor. I live for that stuff on YouTube and so. Yeah, I think that with the last few people I've talked to, or the people I know who haven't watched it yet, within our age group who haven't seen it, it's because like it has a very specific kind of humor that's very dry and very cringy.
Yeah.
Like, and like I like this, like I watch a lot of cringe humor on YouTube. Like that's what I live for. Like even if I have to pause the video to just like withdraw myself, and just because it was so like embarrassing, that I there's something so funny about it, of just like weird awkward silences and just like dodging eye contact, that it's like the best thing. And obviously Steve Carell is like the master of that.
Oh man,
he embodies that character.
So cringy. Like I can't. Literally, I just want to like curl. I just want to like.
Because the stuff he does to like impress people or seem like the cool boss, or like, he just thinks he fully in his heart of hearts thinks he's making the right decision in every.
Yeah, he never thinks he's wrong. I mean, there's sometimes where he knows that he's like probably not in the wrong. Yeah. I mean, not in the right, but then he's just like no. He's continues
in denial.
Yeah.
Which is the best. Like, and I feel like the cast. It's been a while since I watched the whole show. Like I remember binging it, and I wasn't like watching it when it was on TV. Like I didn't watch this like the series finale when it aired, but I did like binge the whole thing, like as soon as like probably the third episode, and just knowing like this is the cast, this is what we're doing, this is the characters. Like, oh man, like I did not stop until I got to the end. And like oh man, it's so good. Okay, so I'm curious to know, like, who's your favorite character?
I was literally just gonna ask you that. I can't even like. I think I don't know. I really don't know, because obviously they each have their own personalities. Like I really love Jim. Yeah. Because he does the pettiest pranks ever, and I love it so much. Especially like with Dwight, it's freaking hilarious. Like the things he does. The last episode I watched, he's not at the office anymore. Yeah. So he said he stole some of Dwight's stationery, and then he faxes Dwight letters from himself from the future, and then he was like,
and Dwight obviously takes it.
Yeah, and so it was like the letter was like, Dwight, don't drink the coffee this morning. Someone poisoned it, from Dwight from the future. Oh, and then Stanley comes out with this mug of coffee, and he's about to drink it, and Dwight's like, no! And he hits it over, and he's like, you'll thank me later. Yeah. And like, it's just like, Dwight is he's so dumb, but he's also so smart. Yeah. Like Dwight knows a lot of things. Yeah. But he's also just dumb.
He's a very complex character, and I feel like he's a lot of people's favorites. Like,
I like him because he's he's so funny.
He's so funny. Just the dynamic, like Jim and Dwight, the entire like all the seasons, like their weird rivalry, and like mainly it's hatred for each other. I'm just like, this is so interesting to watch.
And I just like everybody's character just has something great to offer. Yeah. Like Stanley's hilarious. He just doesn't he gives no shits. Like he will not. No. Michael's like, do this. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then he just pushes Michael out of the way. And it's just like, I love you, Stanley.
He has some of the best one-liners.
He's hilarious. He's so I think the person I like the least is Kevin.
Really?
Because he just creeps me out. Like he creeps me with his smile. He's so creepy. I don't like him. He's a creeper.
I thought you were going to say that the lady who sits next to
Angela?
Which one? The lady who sits next to Stanley.
Phyllis.
Yes.
I like Phyllis. Phyllis is great. I mean, she doesn't really do much, but like I love that her boyfriend is what's his name? Vance from Vance Refrigeration. He always talks about his freaking company. No, Phyllis is hilarious. Well, she doesn't really do much, but
I think that's part of it. I think she's like everyone in that cast gets enough time. Like I find enough screen time in the episodes are just great. Like you get to know all of them like fully fleshed. But she's kind of not there in that sense, but I just found her like she has like such a gossipy, like almost auntie vibe to her. Like, she looks like judging from the side a little bit. So that's what like the vibe.
The thing about her that makes me laugh is she always speaks like so lowly, like as if she's speaking to herself.
Yeah, but I think instead we should
yeah. My favorite couple is Dwight and Angela.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
I thought you were gonna say Mindy. Or whatever her name is in the show, Kelly.
Oh my God, I feel so bad for Temp. Like I think his name is Kyle, right? Kyle, yeah.
Let me find it.
Yeah, Kelly and Kyle, it is.
Okay.
I feel so bad for him because she really latches on, and she latches on hard. Like the episode where I watched where they thought the branch was closing, he was like, yes, like I could break up with her. I have an excuse.
Yeah, they're so toxic.
And then the branch didn't get closed, and he was like, and she like attacked him. She was like, I'm so happy. And then you know how they cut into like interviews?
Yeah.
And he just like, it was so funny because obviously, like, he doesn't enjoy her company, but then he was like, I don't know, I just can't explain it. And then he smiles at the camera, and I was like, what?
Oh
you guys are weird. I don't like it.
Okay, a little insider stuff on this. So I don't know if you know, but Kelly, like, Mindy Kaling's character, and the guy, like, the temp, the white guy that you're talking about, who have the toxic relationship, they dated in real life.
No way.
This is, like, a reflection of their actual relationship, which they were on and off, like, frequently.
Whoa!
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and his name in real life is BJ Novak, and he does. Like,
a lot of, he's one of the producers of the show, right?
Yeah. He writes a lot and stuff.
Or writer, or something like that. Yeah.
After The Office, and it's so interesting, like that. There's because it's so intertwined. There's a lot of like things like that where even you're probably at this point in the show.
Don't spoil anything.
No,
for me.
I'm not trying to. The Michael's character. There's a blonde chick that he...
Yes. His real estate agent.
Is that her? Yes. That's her.
She's not having him right now.
No. Okay.
There was the episode where it was Diwali. And
yeah.
And he tried to propose to her.
Yes.
And she was like, dude, it's our 9th date.
Dude,
like,
that was a really cringy episode. I was just like,
stop, cringy. It was so cringy. It was so cringy. Oh my god.
Okay, so she's also a writer on the show. And she's also, to this day, Steve Carell's wife.
Wait, that's his wife?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god.
Do you know how I found out this? This was like during that year, like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago when I was binging it. I was watching like the Oscars or like the whatever, Golden Globes or something, and I saw Steve Carell in the crowd, and he was sitting next to this girl, and I was like, what, they're still in contact? And then I just, it didn't even click when I first saw it.
Yeah.
Like, why are the two office people sitting together? And then I was like, oh, they're married. They're like in real life married.
Oh my god. That's kind of cute.
It's adorable.
I'm really rooting for Jan though. Like, I really want him and Jan to get together because you know what, Jan hates him, but she wants it.
Yeah, she's so interesting. I gotta say, like, one of the most entertaining. Because I don't think I said my favorite characters. Like, there's a few for different reasons. One of them is obviously Dwight. But
yeah.
I like Jan for some reason because she's just so like she's a little like. She's a complex woman, this lady.
Yeah, because she's always like, in good reason, she does not like Michael because Michael is so disgusting towards her. But then sometimes she's just like, wait, I kind of like him. Like, that's her thing. She's like that time where she came for the casino party.
Yeah.
And she like brought her overnight bags and stuff. I was like, Jan, girl, what's happening?
Okay, they're really interesting in the show. I'm not gonna say anything. They're really interesting in the show. But she's just fun to watch. Like the lady who plays her, she's never been in anything else after.
I've never seen her anywhere. But yeah, I definitely.
But I remember the first episode where I think the first time you see her is in Michael's office, and she's just sitting there. She's visiting because she's a higher up, like she's above him. Yeah,
that's his boss.
Yeah. And like I just remember immediately going like, oh wow, she's like crazy. She's actually like she's got some psycho in her. This is so cool. I did like, I think definitely Dwight and Angela are my favorite couple.
I love Dwight and Angela. Angela is such a prude. Like, she is so...
And her, like, cat calendars, is that already a thing?
No, I haven't seen her cat calendars. Okay. Don't do that. Okay, I've only seen her baby posters, okay? Her love for babies doing adult things. Like...
She's such a specific person. Everybody, I feel like, on the show is, like, could be a real like office person you work with. Like, I like how they all have their own types.
I love Angela, and she's just like so. She really controls Dwight. Like she has the power. Yeah. Like the episode where she told Dwight that he could take over the office, and then he tried to overrule like Michael.
Even the scenes between Dwight and Michael Scott, like their comedy is the best.
Yeah, because like he doesn't like Dwight. He doesn't like Dwight only because Michael knows that Dwight is the least popular in the office, so he wants to be part of the cool kids. Yeah. So he like doesn't like Dwight, but then something happens, and then he's like, Dwight worships. But then something happens to Dwight, and then Michael's like, oh, he's my friend.
Oh no, he's so cute. He's my buddy. They're so cute. I'm trying to think if you've seen this part already. But did you see a part with Kevin that like starts off the episode? No.
That's not very.
Like
I can't.
Okay, it's probably the biggest meme that came out of the show. And I'm just telling you when that episode happens because it's literally the funniest beginning to a show. Period.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I probably haven't seen it then.
Okay, Yeah, I'm not gonna give any comments. I don't want to.
Okay, but can we talk about Jim and Pam?
Yes, let's get to this because I want to know what specifically your opinion of Pam is because I had a very strong opinion of her.
I'm mad at her. Yeah. I'm mad. Like you can't. You obviously like Jim. Like it's so very obvious. Like
I feel like him and Oscar. I felt were always the more like down to earth, like normal people. Like they're not too extravagant. They're not like an exaggerated version of a person. They're just them.
Yeah, definitely. And Jim is great. Jim is a great person. And he's been he's always there for her. Yeah. He's always thinking of her. Yeah. And all this stuff. And it's like, Pam.
Yeah.
You've been engaged. You've been engaged to someone for 3 years. Yeah. 3 years, and you can't stand up for yourself.
He's a jackass. And he's
he is so rude. He doesn't care for you at all. Like he doesn't think of you. He doesn't want to. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do anything. Yeah. And she's just like, okay, I'm gonna get married to this dude.
You know what it is? Because Jim is always chasing her. This is my thing. Like she's like in the way that always trying to show affection, always trying to get her attention, always trying to say like, okay, let's start something. Let's just move forward. Let's do this. And she's always like, my frustration with Pam from the beginning, I didn't like her in the beginning of the show. Like, I'm gonna become clear. Like Pam, I was just like, just stop being worried about it and go for it. Like, I get you're scared. I get whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, you're in a long-term relationship with someone, and then whatever. But it's like, but then she doesn't even marry the dude, and she still doesn't go for Jim.
She's just.
And Jim is in the right. Like, he's like, okay, I've asked this girl twice, and she still said no, and so I'm gonna leave. Like, good for you, Jim.
Just because I feel like so much pity for Jim, and like he spends so much of his time, like just trying to get something going with her, and like it's just frustrating to watch. I just remember that viscerally remembering when I was watching.
But I'm still rooting for them. I hope they still get together. Because now there's the new girl in his office that likes him now.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm like, no, girl. Pam's waiting for him.
Do you know the name of the actress?
No.
Okay, because I'm just trying to not over guess who these people are.
It's the girl that sits behind him in his new office.
Behind him in his new office. Okay.
Yeah. You don't remember? No.
Because I don't want to say too much. Is it Rashida Jones who plays her?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll show you her face. This one.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Yeah, she's cool. She's also a very normal person, and I there's a specific episode with a montage between her and Jim that is really cute. They were really nice people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think Jim is very friendly with everybody, and he makes good connections and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I think it's kind of like a parallel. He's kind of making the same relationships. Like she's the Pam in his office, and then the guy in front of him is the Dwight in his office. Like that's kind of like what's going on. Yes, exactly. But now they're going to be absorbed by Scranton, so he's going back.
Right.
He's going back to Scranton. And he's going to be the second, he's going to be number 2, so he has more power.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight's not going to like that. Dwight is not going to, I'm so excited.
All the pranks and freaking shit he does. Wait, okay, so I'm just remembering now. The Office is also really well known for having a lot of cameos of random celebrities.
Yes.
So I want to see who
like Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan.
Like when they were in New York.
Yeah.
And he's
a lot of comedians.
Yeah, when they were in New York, and who was it? Michael thought he saw someone. I can't remember who he saw, but he was like, "Is that da-da-da?" It was a woman, and he's like, Hey, and then it wasn't actually her, and then Conan O'Brien just walks right by, and the camera's just following him. And then Michael comes back, and then I guess the camera or whatever tells him Conan O'Brien. He was like, "What? Where? Really? I just missed him." And it's like, you're so stupid. Yeah. I don't know who else. I don't know if I've seen any other cameos. There probably have been. I just can't remember.
If Rashida Jones has already popped up, you must have already seen, because Amy Adams is in this. I'm pretty sure she's in that before Rashida Jones popped up.
I didn't see Amy Adams.
Yeah, she's in this.
Oh, wait. Yes. The bag selling lady.
Yeah.
Yes. The one who dated Jim for a little bit. And then Jim was like, yeah, never mind.
Because I was like, yeah, wait, that's the first girl.
Yo, yeah. Pam and the Amy Adams character, I'm like, at one point, I literally thought, I'm like, are those the same people?
What? They don't look
no.
They don't look
the same. No.
They
Let me tell you.
Don't look the same.
No. Listen to me, Raazia. when you see them side by side in the episode, because they literally, like, they made them dress the same, they made their hair look the same.
Oh wait, I think this is the joke though.
That's what the thing. If they look, that's why he started dating her, because she kind of looks like Pam, right? Okay. But the whole idea was like personality was completely different. Yeah. Like she was a cheerleader and she's kind of ditzy, and then Pam is like, you know, more intellectual, whatever. But yeah, like they looked exactly. I'm like, is that the same? I literally at one point was like, I was like, Amy Adams is Pam? That doesn't look like Pam.
You're like existential crisis in the middle of the show.
But then I was like, yeah, okay, no. Man. But yeah, Amy Adams.
There's so many episodes I remember going like, what the fuck? Like, how many people are in this? And you realize, like, watching it, obviously, after it aired, that you're like, this show put so many people's careers on the map.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Like, so many. Mm-hmm. If you keep watching, like, it really doesn't stop as the seasons go, that you're just like, oh, this person is doing now 5 billion different other things. Yeah. Because of this show.
Definitely.
And I kind of miss that in, like, shows right now where, like, this show, when it first started, it was a cast of completely new people. I think Steve Carell had maybe done... He was on The Daily Show before. So he might have already been doing
like,
something.
he has more.
But otherwise, like, all nobodies, pretty much.
That's true.
Which doesn't really happen anymore.
Hell no. Like production companies won't even get a show off the ground if you don't... If it doesn't have star power. Yeah, exactly. And it, you know...
Yeah.
So that the fact that it started with people that are like from the ground, and it kind of like raised, because the first season only had like 6 episodes or something like that, right? Like 6 or 8 episodes. Yeah. And it was really short. And then they kind of just kept going.
Yeah, and you know this is a remake off the UK version.
Yes.
And the first episode is literally the same script.
Whoa.
Literally the same script. If you watch it, it's just funny because like it's British humor versus American humor. Yeah. Right? So like for us, American humor is a little bit more digestible. We're used to it. You watch the UK one, is a lot more dry. It's a lot more bleak. Because I watched only a few episodes of the first season, and it just because it wasn't like, I don't know, it just felt like I was watching the same show again, except a lot more, like, there's a lot more silence, and there's a lot more, like, the colors are a lot more grayed out. Like, it's a British TV show, essentially. But yeah, like, started with Ricky Gervais. Like, he created this, like, whole new, it's also like a whole new way of doing comedy. Like, how many shows base their structure, like, of the personal documentary shots kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
They started with this show, which then spurred Arrested Development is shot in the same way. Parks and Recreation is an obvious one. There's so many more that like started because of this. Yeah. And it's such a good. I watched the other 2 because of this. Because I liked so much.
Yeah, I mean, I love how they constantly break the fourth wall. Like they're constantly like aware that you're aware that the camera is there, like someone's watching, and then it's like like it's kind of like they're addressing you, like you're watching them. And it's like the camera's always there. They always know the camera's there, but they never address why the camera's there, which is interesting.
Yeah, they don't touch on it really. But I also like how I think that's how they manage having such a huge cast, but you still know a lot about all of them. Yeah. Because even those 2 seconds of like a reaction of someone going, no. Like just to see that you're like, that it gives you enough about someone's personality or like how they feel about something.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I don't know if I'll watch past when, because I know Steve Carell leaves the show, so I don't know if I'll watch after he leaves, but I'll see how invested.
I think you will for a bit.
I'll see how invested I'm in it, but I don't know. I'm excited.
How you feel about the series finale? Because a lot of people.
There's a lot of seasons.
Yeah, a lot of people are like are on either side. It's like no one's like, oh, it was okay. Everyone was like, I loved it or I hate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, I know I'm late in the game, but I'm having fun binging it now.
I'm so happy that you're watching it. Yeah, and you should like give like Parks and Rec a try, because I feel like you would like that. I think I like Arrested Development a lot more, but just because it's like that show is a lot more like, because of the characters in it, I guess maybe a little bit more in a like serious, and like just because a lot of the actors on those have like seasoned careers, like they came into that show already being comedians, so maybe that's why it's different. Okay. But I was suggesting that. So good though, so good. But anything else that you're watching right now besides The Office? What am I watching?
Oh my god, I watched this Netflix show. Okay, let me tell y'all. I'm not a reality TV show fan. I'm not that big of a... Yes.
Is The Circle?
Yes!
Okay. I knew this was coming.
I'm not a big reality TV show fan, but I kept seeing this like on my recommendations, The Circle, and I was like, eh. And then after that, my friend Afra like put it in a group chat and like with a couple of our other friends, and I was like, I heard about this show, like, is it good? And she said a coworker recommended it to her, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a try because I keep hearing about it. And I finished the show in 2 days. Like, I mean, there's only 12 episodes, okay?
Yeah, but still.
But they're 45 minutes long each.
That's still, what the hell? Okay, crazy.
Let's be real. I finished most of it in 1 day. Like,
That's
I probably watched up to, like, episode 7 or 8 in 1 day. God. And then finished the rest on the second day.
You're crazy. I know. I love it. It's funny because it's one of those shows that you saw on Netflix, like, in your suggestions or whatever, or, like, it was new.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone seeing that poster and that description went, oh my God, and rolled their eyes.
Yeah, but literally, I was not going to give it a time of day.
but a part of you who, like, you know, your guilty pleasure kind of just comes up and you're just like, but maybe one episode.
Yeah.
And then that's why it's becoming like a bit of a phenomenon.
Yeah, like for those of you who don't know what it is, like, it's the show on Netflix, which is, it kind of is like Big Brother in the sense that, like, you know, there's cameras watching their every move, but it's a group of people. They live in the same, like, apartment building, but they live on their own floors. I think they would be on their own floors because they don't want them to see each other. Okay. But anyways, they have to stay in their apartments, and they can only meet each other through a social media platform called The Circle. And basically, they have to interact with each other online and then rate each other based on their experiences with each other. It's kind of like a Black Mirror episode. So basically they have to make sure that, like, they're likable, people like them, they get to post pictures, but you can be a catfish, like, you can be who you are, or you can be a catfish, and there are catfishes on the show. And you basically are trying to be the most popular, and then the person who's voted the most popular at the end wins $100,000. So there's like all these people, and it was so, I loved it. I mean, it's like, it was so dumb. Like, literally, it was dumb. The concept is, like, interesting because it is reflective of our current society, because that's literally how it is, right? A lot of the times we just meet people online and that's how we judge them. That's it. Like, and they can be completely different. They could not even be who they say they are. And that's really solidified for me. Like, after I watched the show, I'm like, damn, people really, if you meet someone online, like, they can really not be who they say they are.
They want to. That's crazy.
But, like, so the concept is, I understand it, but, like, the way, like, some people in the show, I'm just like, God damn it, people are dumb, man. But it was I got hooked. Like, I was hooked to it. I just kept watching, and I couldn't stop, and it was great. And, like, the thing with me is, like, I always, like, I like to guess who's gonna make it through and stuff like that, and I kid you not, I was, like, correct every single time. And I was like, yes. I was like, yes. But it was great, so I would watch it if I were you. Yeah, go watch it.
Recommending it to you.
I'm serious, recommend it. And it's only one season. I mean, I hope they come out with another one.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But it was fun.
For some reason, I was under the assumption that, like, it was already pre-established influencers who are competing.
No, it's just regular people.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna think, like, that's pretty unfair if you're starting off with, like, 2 million followers.
Yeah, no. Like, it's basically because they don't. I guess they don't want it to be someone who could be too well known, because then you could be like, okay, that person's real, or you're a catfish, because there's no way that person would. Yeah. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, like, there's, like, people who came in who, like, right from the beginning, it was like someone completely different. They just picked a random person's profile off the internet and chose to be them. That's because they thought that, like, they would be better liked.
How does the show get away with using other people's
Well, they probably, like, have some sort of legal, they probably you know, reached out to that person and was like, we're going to use your pictures or whatever, and, like, got permission. But some people are just like, you know, whether it be, like, I'm not my body type isn't one that is, you know, liked as much as, like, a skinnier body type, and then they would pick someone else, like, stuff like that. And it really, like, it does bring up the whole idea of, like, what people think is beautiful. What people think is beautiful, who people think should be, like, the top of our society, what's likable. It definitely does but it also shows that sometimes just being your authentic self is better than you know, not being, because there is someone who got pretty far for just being them.
That's crazy.
So
interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting show.
I'd probably watch it, like, Yeah, I feel like I don't know why I'm hesitant to like do it. I don't know. Like
you just need to watch. Just watch it.
Yeah, no, I think I just need the little taste, and then
you're gonna get hooked.
And then I'll be like, well, I guess I'm done in a day too. Like that's what's. It was
so good. I'm so sad that it's done. But yeah, I mean,
I was watching the one thing I've been watching on Netflix. Sorry, that like just came out. Just came out on Netflix, but it's an old movie actually. It was like I'm so late to watch this, but it was Blade Runner 2049. Do you remember?
Oh, I haven't seen it, but yeah,
the Gosling movie. Mm-hmm. So I watched part of the first movie, and it's a sci-fi movie, which to be honest isn't my genre. Like it's hard for me to take to it quickly because it just feels gimmicky and like weird and like okay, I guess you're trying to be cool. Love it. But it was okay. I would tell you to watch it because visually, this movie in terms of like CGI, like what they accomplished. Stunning, like some of the most beautiful shots of like it's kind of an apocalyptic world, but in the sense that like it's still techie, like they just have so it's not too far in the future. 2049 now that it's 2020 doesn't feel that far
true
away. And actually the movie starts, I can't believe I watched it in the new year too, because it starts by saying in the year 2020 when the world is like the nature is basically non-existent.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it starts off like they're going, what? This is, I hate this with everything that's going on. Like, I don't even have to give you context. But I was, okay, like, you just go straight into it. Everything's bared. Everything's just urban city life. And, like, buildings stacked on buildings.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much. I feel like this is the type of movie to go into just watching it and, like, learning about it. But essentially, this is a world full of AI humans. So humans that are artificial, but we're built to serve real humans, to serve society. And they're called revenants.
Kind of like iRobot.
Kind of, yeah. Except that you can't tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
And it's weird because they're like kind of discriminated against, and not given like the kind of same free will that regular humans are. But it's at the point in society, and again, this is a sequel of the classic, where kind of everyone's a little bit of everything. So everyone's a revenant, everyone's like there's very few real humans. And like this sci-fi movies are really good about talking about like this existential type of stuff. Like,
yeah. Like
what does a fake human deserve the same level of respect and rights and all that stuff. But this movie like didn't get too deep into that conversation, which I like. Like I didn't want it to be dark because half of this was literally just a visual masterpiece. Like they just had fun with like what they could create and stuff. And some parts of the movie were hard to watch because it's like it's a little crazy. It's still about like making fake humans. And, like being weird about it. And there's like weird science stuff. And it's violent. Like I mean, I have the appetite for it, but like if you're not into it, don't watch it. But like just some of the scenes and the backdrops and stuff were just like it's just refreshing after so long of like watching stuff that isn't trying to push the boundaries like that so often. And it has like a very much of 80s vibe because the first movie was made in that time.
Oh, okay.
So the same kind of like music, the vibe.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's a really, really good.
I'd probably check it out.
Just watch it. And I mean, Gosling's in it. He's entertaining in it. He doesn't play like a very expressive character. And they say from the get-go, it's not a spoiler, they say from the get-go that he's Revenant. Like he's one of the AI people who who is essentially serving a purpose. But it's really good. Like a lot of random people are in there. Like Dave Bautista is in the first shot, which I was like, I didn't know. But he was really good. Very, very short, like kind of presence in there. But it was really interesting. The girl from, this just reminded me something. I know we're probably maybe short on time, but very quickly. The girl in Knives Out who plays the main character is in this movie, which she's great in this movie, but I'm going to segue to Knives Out because I watched it recently.
Oh, love that.
You watched it too?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. Can we talk about that? Really? I really obsessed with that movie.
That movie was great, but I think that needs to be like its own thing.
Okay, do you want to talk about the next episode?
Yeah, I think it needs to be its own thing.
Well, then I'm gonna leave you on that cliffhanger then.
But okay, so there you go. There you have it, folks.
We talked about The Office.
Recommendations from us for Netflix. The Office is on Netflix. So if you haven't watched Office, go do that.
So is The Circle.
The Circle is on Netflix, so watch it. And Blade Runner is on Netflix.
We're not sponsored, but we would love.
So we have our topic for this episode: Netflix recommendations. Wow, we literally improv that, and it came out great.
Yo, 46 episodes in, we can do this.
Where we can do podcasts. Yeah. What? I never knew. Okay, well, we're going to end it here because we have made a pact for 2020 to stick to trying to make 30-minute episodes, and we're just a little over that. So, we'll talk to you guys on the next one. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and obviously you can listen to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and the Apple Podcast app. Yeah. See y'all. I mean, not see y'all. I don't see you guys. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.